Hello everyone, since my first video went pretty well, I decided to do what I want to do to begin with, which is reviewing action figures and toys from Japan. So the first thing I'm going to review is the Kaiyodo Action Figure series, the Trigun Nicolas D Wolfwood, released back in around 2004. As you can see here, it's a very good representation of Wolfwood himself. Pretty good color. The figure himself is quite simple, but then again the character design is quite simple to begin with, and they capture his essence and his proportion pretty well. It comes with quite a lot of accessory. First of all, the stand, two little cross to actually decorate it. The Punisher itself, which comes with all of these bandages, all of these chains. It also comes with two handguns, one over here and one here. Two trigger hand, one left hand and one right hand. Two open palm to support the Punisher. Here. And other than the head with sunglasses, he also comes with another head without the sunglasses. And I think we only seen it used about once or twice in the anime series. But here is the mobile church to put on his head. He also comes with the hand for the cigarette and the extra hand to hold the Punisher. Let's just move all this and we move on to the figure himself. Proportion wise, he is probably around 1 to 12, but if you put it next to other 1 to 12 figures like the Bushinshiki line or the Fraulein line, you will notice that he is quite a bit taller. Okay, it's not willing to stand. Nope, she's not willing to stand. But at the same time, he also got a much smaller head. So, I think it's depend on the person to decide whether he is 1 to 12 or not. The figure itself got about 22 points of articulation according to the packaging, and probably it's true, except all of them are weird. It's not really useful or difficult to actually interpret it in order to use them. There is no ball joint, there is no waist joint, and almost all of them are either swivel or peg joint. So hands can go, shoulder can rotate 360, go in and out, but it can't actually go lift up sideways. There is elbow, but the elbow only go up to 90 degrees. Can go in and out though. The leg can go forward and backward, except when you go forward and backward, the leg also spread outward. The knee joint is pretty standard, and it's pretty good. And the ankle joint, again, doesn't really help. It's mainly, as you're going in, rotated left to right, it also tilts the leg, mainly so that you can actually pose him as his leg spread out. So it's not really for basically he doesn't actually do any natural pose at all. Even when he's trying to stand up straight, he will basically he will always look downward, that's one thing, and he will always push his hip forward. If you're trying to put him into a normal stand, he will just be looking downward and doesn't stand that well. Or you can just say he's moody all the time. So next up is the Punisher itself. The Punisher itself as we said before, a lot of chains on it, a lot of bits and pieces for detail. Got really nice weathering on them, so that they look like they're actually rusted. There's also a lot of bits and pieces that are hanging on it, like this plastic cross painted silver with a lot of weathering on it. This strap with the word Traveling Chapel written on it, a lot of little squiggle which you can't read at all. Or maybe you can. No, you can't. There's also this leatherette like cap at the end, which is made of soft plastic to push the Punisher into it, and which also helped to put it onto the stand. So if we now remove all of these chains, we'll see the Punisher itself. My current plan is that I'm going to try and reveal all of the Kaiyodo Trigun Action Figure in the line. I think I got most of them. I don't bother with repaint or anything, so if I get one of them, I just count myself as getting that one mold and wouldn't bother with the other. And there we are. The Punisher. The Punisher itself is about the same height as Wolfwood himself, probably slightly taller, but depending on how Wolfwood is actually standing on the day. It does got the bazooka mode, which is just by removing this panel to reveal the barrel, and the heavy machine gun mode, which is simply sliding this out. There is quite a lot of detail on the inside, but don't think it's focusing. You can see some of it now. Overall, it's pretty nice. It's almost a complete solid piece of plastic. So although it's actually plastic, it actually got a little bit of weight on it. So in order for Wolfwood to actually hold it, you will first need the stand, because it's way too heavy for Wolfwood to hold and actually try and stand normally. So we remove the right hand, push this piece out, and replace it with this one. So we pack this in. As I said just now, the Punisher is usually too heavy for Wolfwood to actually hold in mid-air. So most of the time, you will probably have to rest the Punisher on either the side of his body, or probably use the other hand with a supporting hand to actually keep him upright. But in most cases, if you can keep everything together and keep him standing, you usually end up with some really nice dynamic pose. You see here? I would say that I would not really recommend this if you're actually looking for action figure, because along with the movie, Kaiyodo also announced that they are going to make a Revoltech version of Wolfwood and Flash the Stampede, and I will imagine they are much better in terms of being an action figure. My only complaint with the Revoltech line at the moment is that they are quite small, and I would prefer that they'll make something to this scale again. So join me next time when I reveal the rest of the Trigun figure.